we're hanging out with the friends. We're talking about the Creators Corner topic today, which is kind of how not to overwork your post. When good enough is enough, you don't have to focus on a novel work of art for a post, but like when it is enough for you to say, "Hey, I've spent enough time on this. It's time for me to go and get something posted. Time for me to go and create something else." JK, why are you down there? You don't want to come up and hang out? Where is she? Can't see her. Where's she going? Ah,
I'm
she figured it out.
laying down.
Oh, you're laying down. You going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna fall asleep. I see what it is.
Protect protecting you guys from hearing me snore. So
Don't worry. If I hear you snore, I'll move you back to the audience. A whole week. Hey Maya, I saw your ticket. Don't worry, I got you. We'll take a look at that after. A whole week, Annie? Okay.
why a whole I mean, oh, so
That's a lot. How
that's a
many
lot.
hours do you figure per day you're spending on that post, Annie? We're gonna do uh yeah, this all right. All right. Let me see here. My post. This post here, for instance, right? Oh, okay. Give me give me an example of a post that you've worked excessively on. You have something that you can link for us to take a look at? Nadia, you too. Sam, anybody else that's had Makanaki, if you guys have posts that you can think of that were like, oh my god, this post took me forever. I took entirely too long to write this. Um, go ahead and share that so that we can take a quick look. I'm gonna share with one of you guys one of my longer posts. One of the posts that I took a longer time crafting up, but I took a longer time crafting up because it was an end of year post, pretty much, right? Um, I had to think about some of the things that I did over the year, what I really wanted to highlight, people that I wanted to tag so that I wasn't tagging too many people. Um, and I wanted to make sure that I got the message out with while not being too excessive. And it's still a really long post, right? It is kind of writer's block, Makanaki, what she's describing. I always stress over it. After maybe 3 to 4 hours of struggling, I give up and try again in a few hours or the next day. So it's writer's block, or it's also perfectionism. So she might be able to get the information that she wants to write out onto the screen, but then she doesn't like what it is, or she stresses about the format, or the picture doesn't match, or you know, um, and then she gives up on it for that time period, and then she comes back to it, and now she has a bunch of other ideas on how she can improve it, what would look better, things like that. Is that kind of your flow there, Annie? Or is it just like I don't know what to write, so I'm thinking about it for a period of time and then I give up and then I come back? Is it too much information that you're trying to process and post, or you just can't think of what to do? Because those are two very different scenarios. The one for Gift Hub a while back, after the time I tried to join contests here, but I couldn't meet the time requirements. It always made too. I could ignore it. So I couldn't. How many posts did you actually? Once you're done responding to this one, how many posts did you actually make with us? What's up, Doug? What's up, Doug? Okay. So sometimes you have an issue where you can't think of what to write, and sometimes you've got a bunch of information that you're trying to decide on what works and what doesn't for you, right? Okay. So part of that is process, right? When you're approaching something, how do you normally go about starting to do the work or the assignment or the post? Do you just try to jump right in and start creating a post? Do you try to brainstorm ideas or like directions? All right. So like, once we know what your system is, we can help you build a better system. That might so like you know what I end up doing, Oma? I end up just writing. For me, like the process of connecting ideas and stuff tends to work better. Like let's say let's all do an exercise right now, right? And I know this is gonna be a little much for us to go through right now, considering we've only got a limited amount of time. But let's do an exercise right now, right? I want you to write a simple GM post, a single post, right? And just say good morning and talk about one topic of the day that you're exploring or one thing that you're doing today. So like just a simple good morning post, right? You can keep it within the short text limits and add a GIF to it, right? So I'll give you an example. This one's a little bit longer than a short GM post, right? So, but you can do it here. You can do it on X. You can do a good night post for you guys that it's late. You guys can do whatever you want. Just focus on like a simple like greeting post, like a basic, right? Like this one for me was my good morning post, right? This was my start of the day post. This was my first post, right? Like and yo, Crip, what's up, brother? So this was my start of the day post. Like we're getting ready to kick off another round of Creators Corner with the friends. I knew what I wanted to post about. I knew what I wanted to include. I knew what I wanted to talk about. I didn't know exactly how I was going to word it, right? So what I did is JK's falling asleep at the moment. I think you wished everybody a happy new year. Um, but so looking forward to this one. Last week we covered creator groups. This week we will talk about overworking content. There's a big difference between reviewing or improving and working content excessively. Yes, you want quality, but you don't want to spend 10 hours on one post. We will dive into this topic and see what issues the friends are facing and how we can create systems that improve this. See you in the Discord, link in bio. This week, we also have a returning guest for an AMA on Wednesday. I'll announce more about this later, and then happy Monday. Simple, straightforward. It's not a banger post by any means, right? But I get the message out that I want to get out. I tell people that we're having the creators corner, right? Yeah, that's a problem, Crib. That's too much. Yes, we have an AMA, JK, on Wednesday. Yeah, but if you're creating content for money, time is money. The more time that you spend on a post, the less you're making, right? So like as much as you want to create like the most intricate, well-developed, beautiful post that you can with the best imagery and all that other stuff, you want to be able to be quick about it too, right? Like I want to create a post. I want to create a post. Let's say Gemini. Let's go to Gemini real quick, right? Let's do this, right? I want to create a post. Um, hmm. See, this is another thing. I want to create a post about a topic I don't know much about, right? Um, so let's say, mm, I'm sleepy. Um, I want to say, let's see, the whole Venezuela thing. This is a really touchy topic, right? Like, I want to create a content post about Venezuela and why the president being arrested is a negative, not a positive. I need information about why this was improperly handled and what should have been the process instead. Is there anywhere or is there any laws against what Trump did? And is there any process he should have followed legally that he did not? And now I'm going to get some ideas here, right? So I'm doing this quick, right? I want to do this in the next 10 minutes. I want to have a post up. I don't want to have to sit there and do this for 5 hours. I want to get a simple post. It's controversial. It's trending right now. It's probably going to do better than it should do because it's probably going to be rage baity, right? So here's structured information you can use to explain why the recent U.S. capture of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is widely seen as legally problematic and not a straightforward positive, including what legal norms appear to have been violated and what legal process should have been followed instead. Fundamental international law principles violated. Immunity of a sitting head of state. Under customary international law, sitting heads of state enjoy personal immunity from arrest and prosecution by foreign governments while in office, even for serious crimes. This is a widely recognized legal principle supported by state practice and international court precedents. Right. So now I can take bits and pieces from this and create one post, right? So while I'm doing this, guys, I want you, Annie. I want Makanaki. I want any of you guys who tend to take longer on your posts to really think about why you take longer on your posts and what we can improve to make that faster, right? So I'm just doing this as a kind of like a what legal processes were not followed. No international judicial process, international criminal court, UN Security Council extradition requests, no congressional authorization for military force within U.S. domestic law. The War Powers Resolution requires president's authorization. Legal versus political arguments about the charges. Extradition versus jurisdiction. Right? Oh, here we go. We got one of Oma's. That's good. Um, There you go. No, that's really good. And you did that in what, 5 minutes? That it's good. It doesn't have to be great. It just has to be good. Right? Like, and you know what? I do some posts like this, and I'll say sometimes they're my banger posts. They're my posts that go viral. You know, because like I was just letting it flow, and sometimes people see that, and it's like, oh well, I really like this post, right? Like this is what it is. Sometimes you just have to post. Not every post. Like if you're doing a professional post for a company, right? If like if you're writing a tutorial or an instructional, you're going to take longer on that. You might take an hour or two on that, right? Because you want to get the images of where you're going and what you're doing, right? You want to get a good format for step-by-step flow through on what you're supposed to be doing. Those can take a little bit longer, right? You want like what I'm doing right here with this one. This takes a little bit of research. It takes a little bit of learning because I don't know the topic that well. I don't know the laws behind it, right? So these are the things that tend to take a little bit more time. If we're doing like a post for CJF for um like shit, I can't even think about the I can't even think of the past ones that we've done. Um like the recent trading contest one. That one should take a little bit longer, right? The single post contest, you should be able to think of a single post in like 20 minutes tops, right? Like you shouldn't take more, and that's being excessive, right? This post that I wrote this morning for today's event took me like 10 minutes, guys. It took me like 10 minutes to write this and figure out which way I wanted to go with it, right? So that like it took me longer to set up my live than it took me to post this because my live was being funky with me. But you don't want to spend unless it's specific types of posts. You don't want to spend all day doing it, right? So I want to see some other guys. So I want to see some more of you. Get good evening posts, good afternoon posts, good morning posts, depending on where you're at. Like, let's see what some of you guys have. I want to see what you guys do. Okay. Um, Annie, especially you, just a simple good evening post. I want to see just think of what you thought about today. Think of what you've thought about for the last week and what you've been working on, and be like, "Hey, good evening, guys. Um, about to end my day soon. Um, just reflecting on some of the events of last week and where I can improve. Like, Happy New Week counts too. Yes, Happy New Week counts. Good evening, everybody. Another awesome Monday endings. The week's just starting. Make sure that you're grinding and you're getting your bags. Make sure that you're keeping on top of your games. Make sure like there's a whole number of topics that you can speak about. Simple, basic end of day or good morning posts. Like you don't see a lot of these guys um like for instance Van, right? Van's good morning posts are great, right? GM and the PM, if you are here on a Sunday, touch grass or ass, clean your keyboard, it's crying, be a kind person, right? They're just simple, good morning, how's it going? Like her typical sayings, touch grass or ass is one of her things, clean your keyboard, gymnasty. Like these are things that she does regularly, right? And people get used to this. And then what happens is people will sit there, they'll like, and then they'll reply. And she'll go back and forth with people and say good morning and talk about whatever with people or respond to whatever they say, right? This is a way to create engagement with the audience you already have and potentially reach new audiences because maybe they'll see your post and be like, "Oh, that's a funny fucking good morning post. Let me say hi." Like I like the content that they're creating. Or she's cute. Like, hey, That's one of the perks of having a GM picture of yourself, you know? Like, GM if you GM, and even if you don't, happy first Monday of the new year. I have a day packed full of work and never been so excited to get back to it. Did you take a break? Why or why not, right? Like, these are posts that get you some simple engagement. Like, if you look at it, happy Monday. YP, how are you doing? It's been a long time. GM took a small break. How are you doing? Did the same thing. How was your break? You know, and people engage. Yeah, she's cute. She's got hot mom vibes, bro. She knows it. I already told her. Uh, but no, like I'm that guy that is a perv, but I try to be a perv in the most respectful ways possible. I try not to push that limits as much as possible because yeah, because then it's just creepy. It's fun until it's creepy, and you don't want to be the guy that's the creep. So I always try to keep it within certain restrictions. Um, but yeah, so these are good starts of the day posts, right? And if you're gonna you can do 2 posts a day just with GM and GE. Good evening, right? Like these are 2 things, 5 or 10 minutes for you to do, easy, quick engagement grab, right? Um, then it's taking time to go through replies, right? Going back and forth through replies with people that are in the thread or in the message, right? People who actually took the time to stop and with what it is that you posted, right? So do that. Do that. Now you've got 2 posts, and then you can make one meaningful post for the day, and now you've got 3 posts for the day, right? You can do that every day of the week in the matter of an hour. Now you've got content that you're pushing out, right? Now, if you take another hour or 2, right, you go and you reply. You go reply to all the big name accounts. Now you're doing reply guy and you're creating content, right? Then you do like what I do, right? And you do all of it at the same time, right? I help you guys learn. I live stream and then I create content on top of it, right? Um, at the same time and trying to show you guys what I'm creating, right? And then you take the time and you go to spaces too. Now you've got people seeing you everywhere. This helps you with your growth. This helps you with your engagement. This helps you with your impressions, right? And that's gonna help push you guys a lot further than if you were just making single posts. So that's something that I figured I'd mention. We'll go back to that another time. That's creators like creators toolbox stuff. So that's something a little different. But good evening, CT. A beautiful week to stay locked in and push toward my 2026 goals. Big Monday, big motivation. Keep moving. There you go, buddy. Let me actually. Oh, wait. I did like. I'm pretty sure. Oh, I didn't like. No, that's no bueno. Wait, why can't I like? Oh, there's a new version of this post. Why'd you change the post? There you go. Simple, easy. I responded, right? Now, same thing here, right? Oh, that's weird. X has just been dumb lately, guys, so don't mind X too much. See? And now you've got some engagement, guys. Yeah, no, the pic is really cool. It's like he's all dressed up, but at the same time, he's like cold, so he's got like a little shawl on. That's cute. So yeah, guys. This how long did it take you to make that post, Shieldy? With the image and everything. Thank you, Dougie. All right. This is another one. Today I'm turning 31 and I'll launch my first SAS software as a service this week. I seen 20s guys launch great stuff, so it feels late launching only now, but better late than never, right? These are examples exactly, Shieldy. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. It's a nice post. It's something that you'll hopefully get engagement on, and that'll help you with your numbers for the day, right? Try to, and this goes for you, Annie. Try to set up a system, right? If you have trouble figuring out what you're posting about, grab a notepad, right? I have too many notepads. As you can see, I have too many notepads, right? I have all of these notepads open, and all of them have something in them that I could be working on, right? So like, yeah, I tend to operate in notepads. If notepads don't work good for you, use a notebook. All right. I like to start here, right? I like to start here, and then from there I go to digital. But like, if you guys see, I've got like a full notebook of shit, right? Like, I write all my stuff down typically. So if that's what you tend to do better with, do it that way, right? Um, it whatever works best for you works best for you. Sitting on my display picture saying good morning and wishing you all a great day. I hope you have a swirl day or not. I mean, we all hate Mondays, right? Yeah. All right. So that's not bad. Um, that's not bad. Um, what I might have done was, and I'm gonna give you a pointer for that, right? Try to talk about like good morning from Teddy. Um, uh, or Teddy says GM we're wishing you all an amazing day. You know, I hope you have a what's the swirl day though? Like, did you mean swell, Annie? Or did you mean like is that a reference to something that I'm not familiar? Just curious. Autocorrect? Did autocorrect get you? Because I know autocorrect does that to me all the time. But it's mm. All right. So brain shut down. Let's go with Untitled. Here we go. What do I want to post about? How big of a post do I want? What kind of imagery do I want to include? Do I have the images or need to create them? What amount of time spent on this would feel like too much? What and what would feel like not enough? Right? That's okay. That's fine though. Right? You got the post done, right? So So now I've posted. Now you post and you respond to the post and you say, "Hey, I'm glad you're having a great morning." Right? These are the things that you can do, right? And it happens. It's fine. It's okay that you made a mistake, right? It's okay that you didn't catch that. Sometimes that happens. Now you can, if you're able to edit it, you can always edit it and repost it. Or if not, you leave it up there. Have a swirl day. It's actually kind of funny. It's gonna make somebody pause and be like, "Wait, what is this? What's up, Emmy?" We're talking about Annie's posts, right? So try to answer these questions really quick. I keep opening the wrong one. There we go. So something like this. What do I want to post about? How big of a post do I want? What kind of imagery do I want to include? Do I have the images or need to create? And what amount of time spent on this would feel like too much? And what would feel like not enough? Right? So something like this, 10 minutes is a lot, right? So we already know that you're overthinking it, right? So try to create a system where you don't have to think about it as you're posting it, right? Get like I want to create a post about winter and how much I hate it, right? Single post. Someone miserable in the snow, right? Do I have it? I need to create them. I would say 10 minutes would probably start to feel like a stretch. If I spent 5 minutes, it would feel good. Right? So now I know what I want to post. I know how big of a post I want. I know what kind of imagery I want. I know that I need to create them, and I know that I'm going to aim for about 10 minutes for this post. 10 minutes tops, right? So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna start this while I wait, right? I need an image of me miserable in the cold, bundled up. It should be snowing, right? And I'm gonna use AI to make this image because I don't see why I would go to for a simple like, damn it, I hate this shit post. I'm not gonna go to Canva and create an, you know what I'm saying? So like I need an image like that, right? Right? Post. Why is it so damn cold? Oh yeah, I moved to Pennsylvania. I'm so tired of the cold. Someone come steal me to a warmer climate. Any suggestions? Right? There we go. Now I've got a post. Now I've got an image, right? And this isn't me moving very fast even, right? This is just me going through the motions. But this is also because I post a lot. I've got like 12,000 posts on X, right? Over time, you get used to the flow, right? You get used to the process of it. So there we go. Dang. How long ago did I post that? 12:43. It's 12:46. So I spent 3 minutes on that post. I thought about it. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what kind of post I wanted to make. This hits my message. Why is it so damn cold? Oh yeah, I moved to Pennsylvania. I'm so tired of the cold. Someone come steal me to a warmer climate. Any suggestions? And then I have an image. simple post. It's probably not going to go viral or anything, right? But it gets the job done, right? It's not a vital post. It's a content post. The general content for me. It's not a paid post. It's not something that I'm looking to get paid on or looking to have like metrics or anything. So this just gives me the opportunity to, right? Think of short posts like this as like your reply guy stuff, right? Like if I go and I jump into this guy's feed, right? Posted a 50% annual return or higher for 6 of the last 10 years. This is 50+% net of all fees and expenses too. Insane. Isn't the typical return only like 7 to 9%? How the hell are they achieving 50%? Let alone 153%. That's crazy. Right? Reply guy, you don't want to spend 10 minutes writing a reply, right? Reply guy, you want to be quick. You want to be to the point. You want to be controversial. You want to hit the mark for oh yeah. I don't see
political conversations to be
spending
had
10
here.
minutes
But the people want to
on
know,
this.
what are your thoughts on this situation and how should investors approach this geopolitical uncertainty? Everyone's talking about 26 with a bang. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was captured and brought back to the United
This
States.
post is going to get
Now there's
a
a ton
lot
of geopolitical conversations to be
of
had here. But the people want to
conversation
know,
about
what are
it.
your thoughts on this situation and how should investors approach this geopolitical uncertainty? Everyone's talking about oil. What exactly should investors do in this situation?
Well, I think the first thing is that we just pulled off something here in America that no other military in the world could do. I mean, everyone always talks about Navy SEALs or the Army Rangers, all these different groups. But Delta Force, they are the kings of the military. These are the most badass people that we have in the military. We sent them down. We heard from the generals. There was 150 different aircraft involved in pulling this off. We literally went in, we used technology that people don't even know that we have. They supposedly dropped a temporary electromagnetic bomb that knocked out all of the lights, all of the energy inside of Caracas in order for us to be able to pull this off. And within a very short period of time, Delta Force was able to grab Nicolas Maduro. And from my standpoint, one, God bless these guys. Americans live in this country and feel safe because there's rough men who are ready to stand and do violence on our behalf, usually in the dark of night and not knowing whether they're going to come back or not. So be able to do this, do it so well, and to do it without a single U.S. soldier losing their life or us losing any equipment, incredible to see that. That's the first thing. The second component of this that I think is really important is that why are we going and getting him? Now, as most people don't know, Maduro was actually charged in U.S. court back about 6 years ago in the first Trump administration. So he is a fugitive from the U.S. justice system. Now, of course, people are going to say, oh, it has nothing to do with drug trafficking or anything else. It simply is about oil. So let's talk about oil. From my perspective, oil is a big part of the story. Venezuela has 300 billion barrels of oil, but they're only producing about 30% of what they were doing just 15 years ago. Our friend Adam Kobese, he's been all over this. He says that the oil is worth about $17 trillion. So do we care about the oil? Of course. But remember, America is a net exporter of oil. We don't necessarily need to consume other people's oil. The story to me about the oil is less about what the United States is going to do with it and much more about the fact
under 3 minutes, and I got a really I got a decent reply that's gonna get a lot of traction and it's gonna probably help my impressions, right? Like the main issue isn't that we took a dictator out of power; it's the process we do this. We went in without any legal processes in place being followed. We took a sitting nation's leader and technically abducted him without following any of the legal process in place that we were a part of dictating. Yes, he was a piece of shit from what I have seen. People don't like him and suffered under him, but we didn't do it right. This is why the world is looking at us the way it is, not because of who we grabbed, right? So, what process? So let's dive back into this for Annie, because Annie seems to be having a lot of issues when it comes to this, right? Annie, what process would help you get a post out? What set of questions or system would help you go from I'm uncertain about what I'm going to post and what I'm writing to I have a plan for how I'm going to write this and I'm going to write it and post it? No, Crib. Unacceptable. One per week. That's it. No extensions. Any other suggestions? Any other ideas? What else do you guys have? What else do I'd love to hear from Annie. What, like, when you've had to write papers, right, for school, what processes helped you decide on what to create in that writing? Right? What tools or rules, let's say rules, not even tools, rules. Like, what rules can you set that will help you perform better in these areas? And if anybody else wants to jump in, feel free. We've got some time left. I can run this past an hour. It's not a big deal, like. Okay, so Crib, you do Divide and Conquer. How does that work for you? Hi, girly. I see you lurking down there. Girly, how long do you usually take to write your posts? Written posts should never take 5 hours. Even with longer posts, the actual process of getting the information onto the screen should never take more than an. Learning about the topic and doing research may take a little, right? Like, when was the last post I did? That was even this post. This post only took me like an hour. Even with the generation of the images, right? This post only took me like an hour. Let's see. I know one that I did recently. I got it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one. Something like this, like a review post for a game. Girlie, what how long do you think it would take for you to write a post? That's understandable. But the research is separate from writing the post, right? The research is you learning on the topic, and then the post is you using the information that you learned to write the post, right? I break the task into chunks and give myself a duration to finish, then assemble them together, but use the remaining time left to go through it. I could finish it in 4 hours plus max in a day, but it depends on the post. 1 week. Yeah, exactly. Like you've played the game, you're giving a review, you're organizing your thoughts more than anything. It's not so much that you're trying to research and produce thoughts. You're organizing thoughts about something, right? So like what I've been doing lately is I'll do like my title tag, or I'll do whatever, right? And then I'll do an image, right? And then I'll do a general statement. I spent the 4 days playing. I spent the 4 days playing the new test just before Christmas. I have played this game prior and like dungeon crawlers. This is essentially what this game is to me. I spent probably about $100 and got 111 in USD from gold. Gambling with fishing a while, right? I toss another image in here. I'll start with the likes, and then and these sections prompt me to think about the areas that I want to be hitting on, right? So like I'll start with the likes. This is me I'll start with the likes. What did I like about Calamity? Right? I like that it was fun playing with my friends. I like that fishing and loot boxes were giving me a little bit of a gamble fix. What's up, Clover? Um, they seem to be the sustainability of how they're building. Now, instead of doing this freehand, which I tend to do a lot of my stuff freehand, right? Like I could say, okay, Calamity review post, right? What did I do, right? Played 4 days during test. What did I like? Friend play, fishing, loot boxes were fun. Sustainable design for rewards. Earning assets, not just having to buy them. Mobile build, right? Being worked on. Important nowadays, right? Focusing on building on mobile. And that's it, right? Then now, Annie, this is geared more towards you, right? What did I like? What did I dislike, right? No dopamine hits, right? Got repetitive. Felt like it was lacking some depth to maps and creature or mob types, right? 3x3 and mobile felt rushed. Final thoughts. Think the game will do well, considering they're a small indie studio and they're building out smart for the rewards mechanics. They have some issues. Can work on these as they develop. Right? So now I've got a general layout of what I liked, what I didn't like, right? See, that's the thing. You just got to do it. Even if you're not excited about it, Crib, The sooner you do it, the sooner it's out of the way, the sooner you don't have to worry about it anymore, right? Like as much as it's great to write content about shit that you like, if you're getting paid to do content, you can't always do it on shit that you love, right? Sometimes you're doing it on things that are just a part of the ecosystem that you're a part of. And like you don't always have to love what you're posting about. But ultimately you need to make your bag, right? Like I'm not saying that you should be shilling shit that you don't like, but at the same time, I like Calamity, and I still gave it an honest review. I still pointed out what issues and flaws it had, right? Like you can still have fun with something, even if there's things that you don't necessarily. Yeah, I mean, give me an example of what you don't like posting about, and why you don't like it. I'm actually curious about. So Annie, from here, right? I've developed this out, right? So we're gonna post this right here. Calamity review post. What did I do? So I went from what the topic is to the first aspect of it. What did I do? Played 4 days during test. Now I'm sectioning it off. What did I like? And then I listed all my likes. What did I dislike? And then I listed all my dislikes. Final thoughts. And I added that, right? And now from there, I can touch on each of those. I played 4 days grinding dungeons and fishing to see how Calamity has developed over the years. I just dove back in and did pretty well, making $111 on 100 spent. Right? What did I like? Friend play. I liked playing with friends in dungeons and hanging out by the fishing hole together. Fishing was fun and degen, where I got most of my gold from, but it felt painful when the losses hit hard. Right? Loot boxes. Right? And then you expand on each of these areas, right? And eventually, you'll actually just have a post done just from you going through it like this. Yeah, you can then post it or put it up, right? Right? You put it up into a post. Wow. 2001 live. RuneScape is live. Ugh. I miss RuneScape, but at the same time, the last time I played it, I couldn't. But now you start going into the post itself, right? So now you start creating the post. Right? Now I've got a solid start. I don't have a great hook, but I can review that at the end and I can revise that. Right? This post is a more in-depth post. I can take an hour on this post if I wanted to. I could take a half an hour on this post. I'm not going to spend 5 minutes on this post, though, because 5 minutes wouldn't have the quality that I would want to hit, and I'd want Calamity to see that I'm putting my best foot forward, right? Like I want Calamity to see that I'm creating content on their stuff and my content, right? Like I don't want people like these are posts that companies are. These are things that you want to focus on a little. So 5 minutes wouldn't be enough, not in my opinion, right? But I can if I spend more than 2 hours on this, I'm probably hurting my time, right? If I spend more than an hour or two on this piece of content, how does it impact the amount of time that I have for the rest of the stuff throughout the course of my day, right? You always think about that because time ultimately, especially for a creator, is money, right? Every hour that you could be spending streaming is an hour that you could spend streaming for somebody and getting paid for it. An hour that you spend creating one piece of content is another piece of content that you could have potentially made for another client, right? As you're growing and as you're starting to put stuff out, the time management becomes bigger than just about everything that, right? Because if you can't manage your time, you're wasting money or you're not earning as much as you, right? And content doesn't pay that great, right? Even with my account, I've got something like 2,000, 2,500 followers, right? Like realistically, I'm not going to get great rates for my content, right? So if I'm getting $50 to post a fucking thread or something like that, right? Like I'm not going to spend 10 hours doing that thread because at that point that thread made me $5 an hour, right? But if I make $50 for a thread and I post within the hour and I get a really good thread out, right? I've made $50 for the hour, right? So these are things that you could think about when you're creating. Focus, and I know that doesn't really help you get through writer's block or get through what I should be posting, but nowadays, right? We've got tools for that, right? Annie, you've got Grok, like you've got this, you got that, like you got ChatGPT, you've got Gemini, you've got all these tools. Gemini can make you all the images you want, right? Like, I need an image of me sitting on a warm beach in the tropics, enjoying the warmth, right? And now I have another post pick that I can put in the next post, like in the next post down, right? I haven't heard about that at all, honestly. There we go. My fat ass out on the beach. Let's go. And I can generate these images quick. They don't have to be perfect images, right? There's no such thing as perfect. You're never gonna have a perfect content post. Not like I might love your post, somebody else might not like, and might like somebody else's more. A lot of what it comes down to when it comes down to content, it's preference. You're crafting your content for the person who's paying you to craft content for them. And if you're not crafting content for somebody, you're crafting content for your audience, right? You don't always have to have your level of perfect in your mind. Somebody else is going to look at that post and be like, oh, nice post, click, and that's it. Whereas you're sitting there going, oh, well, I'm trying, like, I know I kind of got you guys with like a little bit of a stigma here. You guys have a little bit of traumatization for me, from when it comes to me judging you, right? Like when it comes to your content post, trying to help you guys with figuring out how to word it and how to organize it and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to do that so that you guys have to spend 10 hours on every post ever, right? I'm trying to do that so you guys get into the muscle memory of organizing and structuring your posts in effective ways so that when you go to do it the next time, you don't even have to think about it. You just do it, right? Muscle memory. It's more important than, like, it's not more important than being accurate or having good, but it's more important than the images in a lot of cases. More important than then like it's important. It shouldn't stop you from producing content in meaningful and quick, purposed way, right? Like, and that's why I want you guys to build that up as a habit, not as just something that you spend time doing because you want it to, right? Like, all of my majority of my posts are pretty structured, right? Like, when you look at my posts, I have a pretty steady, consistent structure to my post, right? Like things are separated. You can read the lines; they're not all jumbled together. Like every one of my posts have a structure to it. It's almost like a paragraph style structure, breaking up the words, spacing things out so that people can read it easier, right? Like making sure that I have images on most all of my posts, right? Um, trying to include calls to actions in there. What some of your weaknesses? I want people to respond here, right? I'm not calling people to like and share or anything like that, but more to have them share their thoughts and um their concerns when um this one's just a simple single post. This one was me taking a peek at this game, sharing it with people and asking if anybody's seen it, if right? This was me create like doing a meme post, right? Like incoming 2026 holiday Pokemon Happy Meals drops, right? The so that's something that I did. Um, it's just quick and easy, right? Critical post though, structured a little bit differently, right? And each paragraph was kind of its own like idea about AI. So I structured it a little bit differently, and I had a little more meat to the sentences than I usually do. But I think it came out pretty good, right? And people seem like they like the read, right? So these are things that you can do to get into. Oh, it's already starting with that. So yeah, you want some structure to the way that you post, so that when you have the content in your head of what you want to post down, all you have to do is start typing it out, right? That's what I'm trying to get at. So you want the muscle memory of how to post coupled with the idea, and then it makes that flow a little bit easier. I'm I might be the outlier, right? Like I might be one of the people who don't sit there and brainstorm and nitpick over a post. And it's because I just let it flow. If it doesn't look right, like I did, these were definitely not the first iterations of the post that I made, right? Like this is the first thing that I wrote out. I didn't write this out and say, hell yeah, this is just what I'm going to post. I wrote it out. I reviewed it. I looked over it. I checked that everything looked good. Where I put placeholders for at tags, I decided whether or not there was going to be an at tag there so that I wasn't spamming about it and stuff. And then I went and I adjusted it and edited it so that it looked better to me. And then I posted, right? So that's like it's not like I'm just doing whatever, right? Like I'm posting and I'm posting quick, but I'm still doing the review. It's just that I've gotten to the point over the years where as I've done it, I've known like I and being somebody who tends to be into writing a lot, I know what I can produce, what I can extract, what I can add, whether or not I should be tagging, if I should include a hashtag, making sure that I have images and making sure that those images fit where I'm putting them. Like these are all things that I do because I've done them a lot, right? And I've just kind of got that habit of it, right? If this is something, but this is all habit building. This is all you getting accustomed to doing it. It's an app on the phone. I know about Zora. Zora, I was messing with Zora. It's just so hard to split your attention. Focus on one platform, Crib. One platform. Get your X platform jumping, and then go focus on Zora. You can't do anything if you keep splitting your attention between 100 different things. Are you making money on X yet, Crib? Nice, dude. Yeah. So you're doing good, right? But you could be doing better. Focus on that. Stop splitting your attention at the hard points of a platform and focus on excelling in that platform. Get to the point where you're monetized on X. I want to show you somebody that I just followed the other day. Right? They were at 200 followers. They're at 1,375. I don't know what kind of speed their account is on right now, but I don't know, maybe it's because they're a cute Asian girl. I don't know. But they're blowing the fuck up. Right? They're posting. They're doing a bunch of posts and stuff. Right? They're replying. They're replying to a bunch of posts. 21 hours, 16 hours, 6 hours, 20 hours. She's responding back and forth to all the replies to her stuff, right? She's jumping in on different conversations, but she doesn't even have like the depth of conversation. Like she doesn't have deep comments or replies on these things, right? But she's posting. She's posting regularly and she's making traction. She's getting followers, right? You guys have to focus on, don't just, part of the problem is we split our focuses. If you focused on X each day, right? And you made your 3 posts a day. Good morning, good evening, and a regular content, right? And then you replied for a couple hours a day. You would probably be over 1,000 followers right. Realistically. You just have to take the time and put in the effort and focus. Now, during this process, if you take the time to make your content, right? And then focus on the reply guy stuff too. By 3 months, you'll be the next person to get monetized. Right? You'll be the next person to get monetized. I can almost guarantee you that. So keep creating cool content. Keep posting GMGN. Keep replying to big accounts. Like don't let it slip off. Like MetaMask, 1.4 million followers. It's in your niche, right? 2 minutes ago, what level are you on? Share your MetaMask rewards referral code below so others can get in on the action, right? So where do I get my, now this is gonna take me a minute because I gotta go looking through stuff, right? Discover. Dashboard, connect wallet. Where do I find my referral? Where'd it go? Okay. Rewards, right? Is it in here? Where is it? Dashboard. Nope. I don't see it. Here we go. What the hell is this? All right, I'm trying to. So, let's see. Yeah, but that's part of the process, Oma. You're not going to get to the 5 million impressions until you're gaining followers. Oh, it's only in the mobile app? Really? Really? Thank you, Toxic. Where you at? Your ass up here, bro. Come say hi. We miss you, bro. We miss you. Let's see. I don't see it. Maybe I need to update my account or oh, rewards. There we go. Levels. Okay. Now overview. Where the hell is my fucking thing? Yeah. Here we go. Share my code. All right. Now I can go and post it. Where the hell is it? You ain't shy, bro. Good luck on the meeting, though, brother. I hope it goes well for you. Let me see. CTNF. Come up here to the stage chat. Oops. Shit. Hold on, guys. There we go. Whoops. Whoops. All right, turn the camera back on. Right? But this one just posted, so I'm going to share mine now. There we go. Now I've got a post on one of the biggest posts 5 minutes from when they posted. Right? 6 minutes from when they posted. Reply is the way. I'm sorry, like I like when I'm doing reply guy stuff and I'm replying to certain things. I'm not even gonna bother with it. I'm gonna just let it cook. But premium analytics, right? The other day, Friday, I had 68,000 impressions, right? I averaged, this was 11,000. I averaged probably around 1,000 to 2,000 impressions, right? And that's without me doing the major reply guy stuff. These days are reply guy days. Okay? So like if you look over the course of the year, you'll see huge spikes in certain spots, like 69,000 here. That was the reply guy day that I was teaching you guys how to do the reply guy stuff. The other day, Friday, was 68,000. 26, 30. This one was like 33 or something. 34. These are all reply guy days. If I did the reply guy days, right? At 33,000 a day. Let's say I didn't go hard and or I didn't do great with the reply guy stuff. And I only did like 33,000 impressions for that day. If I did that times 60 days, that's 1.9, right? Almost 2 million. And that's like a light reply guy day. Doing it every day, if I did it hard each day for a couple hours a day, I could probably see that 70K per day, right? And if I did 70K per day, I'd have my 5 million impressions in under 3 months. So you guys just have to focus on what you're doing. Like focus on the platform that you're trying to build, right? Like if I was focusing on Twitch, I'd be doing short form content, clipping my streams. I'd be pushing those streams to those clips to share the long form content, and then I'd be saying in my descriptions and stuff, hey guys, come and check me out when I'm live. I'm on Twitch, I'm on Kick, I'm here, right? But my main platform is Twitch, or my main platform is X. Come take a peek at what I do. I play games. I'm in the Web3 in the Web3 industry. I'm constantly learning about new technologies. I'm constantly pushing new technologies. I'm building. Like, come hang out. Like, I would. Oh, really? You can't hear me at all? No. How long's it been like this? Damn it. 1 second. Okay. So hopefully you guys can hear me now. Okay, cool. So yeah, that's the main thing though, guys. Like you should be focusing on one specific thing, one specific platform until you get monetized on that platform. And then the content that you create on other platforms that you might be focusing on getting monetized on, you share that to that platform as well. So like once I'm monetized on X, let's say, right? I would continue to stream to both X and Twitch or whatever else, right? But then I'm also focusing on building up Twitch now. So my content going to X is still going to help me. I'm saying that you're going to get to 1K followers as you focus on building up your account. Set yourself a time frame for replies. A certain number of replies that you're going to do per day. Whether it's 50, whether it's 100, whether it's 300. I know some people go crazy with it. but set yourself a limit of how many that you're going to do a day, and try to make at least 10% of those high volume account replies, right? So like with my post just now to Pompliano, right? It's been 40 minutes, I've got 38 views. Not great, right? Not great. But we'll see what happens. He's also only got 15K views, right? So like realistically, by the end of the day, this will be 3,000. Right? But I can also go down here and reply to something along these lines, right? Like my post is here because it's got impressions. I've also got one comment. If I keep the comment train going, it'll be good, right? But fairly. All right. So anyway, what I want you guys today this week's gonna be a community based. We did a creator one, we did a trader one last week, and now this week we're gonna do a community one. So the community one's gonna be based on our AMA guest on Wednesday. It's gonna be Etarn again. They're coming in to share with us some more information about their recent bond sales, and kind of just share more about some updates that they've had when it comes to their ecosystem and projects. So I'm interested to see what they do, but I think we're gonna do something based on that. Last time I think we did a meme contest for Etarn. This time I think I want to do a you guys can't all do articles on X. Articles are trending right now. I think this time we want to do maybe a write-up about the AMA itself. How's that sound, guys? Maybe an AMA like experience, like my experience during the Etarn AMA, what I learned and what I felt, like what I liked and what I didn't like, or what I learned and what I felt was still confusing. There's a lot of opportunities for that. Maybe, yeah, it's kind of like a summary of how it went, Crib. I think that's a good opportunity for us as a community to share information about a project that's coming in to hang out with us, and at the same time give us a chance to like work on our writing a little bit. Not so much as like a hey, look at this project post, but more of like a hey, this is what I learned post. Like the focus is on you, but you're talking about Etarn and your experience with the AMA, right? So that might be a good one. But yeah, big accounts are great. Big accounts give you a lot of opportunities to get a lot of attention based on what you're posting in reference to what they're posting, right? So like breaking, Hilton in Minneapolis is now refusing service to DHS law enforcement when officers attempted to book rooms using official government emails and rates. Hilton Hotels cancels their reservation. I hope that more businesses follow suit. Service to government, rather breaking the law or doing morally reprehensible. See, this is inflammatory post, right? So like this is me going extra with it, right? This is kind of rage baiting. You don't have to do this. I wouldn't recommend doing this. I have fun doing this because it's hypocritical, the shit that I see. You know, because you're gonna see sounds like discrimination to me. They should be looked into and prosecuted. Discrimination is unacceptable, right? But at the same time, these are the same people that when a gay couple was coming in to get a wedding cake for their marriage, they discriminated against them and refused the service, and they were supporting them, right? So so this is going to be controversial as hell. I'm going to get a lot of bullshit and flack and feedback from that, right? Like Cetify 10 hours. This is a vibe coding class. 4 p.m. C. Want a master. Oh. Oh, I guess I missed it. Yeah, I guess it didn't go. Okay, well, whatever. I would have loved to check that out later on, right? I need to bookmark this for later. All right, so what is vibe coding? Vibe coding is what I do, bro. What are you talking about? You know what vibe coding is? Vibe coding is using AI to create tools and programs and stuff. It's mostly what I use right now for creating different things. Because I'm not a dev. But like building the Discord bot, most of this is automated. You just guide it. Yeah. It's AI coding. That's all it is. I gotta check this out. This was a 2 hour. This one was what?
Team in the back.
Oh, it's the same one. Okay, cool. So I gotta check that out. If anybody else wants to take a peek at it, I'll share it here for you. So, but yeah, we're gonna end up wrapping this one up. It's been an hour and 40 minutes already. I gotta get back to vibe coding, trying to get this bot up and running. Finally, damn it. I know you guys have been waiting for it. It's getting close. It's getting close. I still have the tracking system up and running. I have the quiz system up and running. I have the export system up and running. My problem is that I keep squirreling. So now it'll work on TG and Discord, and now it's gonna have a website that you can OAuth into for your Discord and your TG. accounts, and like I'm adding features instead of perfecting the features that are there, and that's what I need to keep focusing on. So I gotta reset the brain. Brain doesn't want to work. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna end the live here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been a good time. So basically, what we've gone over so far is that when it comes to content, you can do good and not perfect. That's fine. You want to optimize the amount of time that you're spending on stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying that you have to only spend 5 minutes. If you're doing an instructional or a tutorial post or something along those lines, it's going to take a little bit longer. You're going to want to make sure that all of your details are in a way that people can read and follow along easily, and that you have supporting images, whether it's a screenshot. Um, yes, of course, Bolt. Did you follow me? I don't see. I don't see the follow. Oh, yeah. For some reason, it didn't give me a follow, dude. It didn't give me a notification. If I got the notification, I would have followed you back. but but yeah. So when it comes to content, try to be efficient with how much time you're spending. An hour to 2 hours on a piece of content that's an instructional or tutorial post, or like a solid, like in-depth, detailed review post covering multiple topics or multiple games or multiple platforms or something like that, you can take a little more time on, because you're gonna have to do some research. You're gonna have to go through the process yourself and either record it or clip screenshots and stuff of it, and that's gonna take time. Writing the post itself shouldn't take you longer than everything else. May take you some more time. It may take you a couple hours to get through the whole sign up process, right? It may take you a couple hours to get through the whole process to get a solid review written, because you're going through each individual aspect of a platform or something. It's okay to take your time doing these things. Just try to focus on getting the post written out, and then reviewing that post after you write it out, and then making sure that everything. So like you're probably gonna spend like 45 minutes writing the, and then another 15 minutes looking it over, making sure that you're tagging people where you need, making sure that the style and the format is good, that you don't have just gigantic box. Try to make sure that you are properly setting up the post. And that the review isn't you reviewing it and then completely rewriting it, or you reviewing it and like rewriting whole sections because they didn't sound right. Like change the font, change the flow, change some words maybe. But try to stick to your general messaging that you're trying to get out there, and get it posted. Like taking 10 hours for a post hurts you long run. Get used to doing it in a couple of hours. Set yourself a time limit. Set yourself a set of questions that you can ask yourself, like we did here. You know, what do I want to post about? How big of a post do I want? Imagery. Images, do I need to create them or do I have them? Amount of time that you want to spend on the post. And stick to it and get used to sticking to it, used to building those habits. Build a solid structure and plan for each of the posts um based on the type of post. If it's a paid post, spend more time on it. Make sure that it is good content. But again, if it's $25 for the post or whatever, and you're spending 5 hours on it, you're making $5 an hour, right? If you're spending an hour on the post at $25, and if you're going to come up with something that's almost similar quality as to what you spent 5 hours doing, you might as well just post the hour one, right? Like it doesn't have to be perfect. It has to be right. And of course, you're gonna want to see like the types of posts that the platform that you're working likes. Like look through the prior winners, see what structure and flow and style they like, because you're crafting something for somebody. You're not crafting it for you. You're not crafting it for the audience, though you are, but you're crafting it for them. They want to be happy with the result. And that's kind of part of the importance of it. So you want a good post that's in a style or format that, right? And that's it. But yeah, guys. So we're gonna end the live stream in just a few minutes, and then I'm gonna go on to the duck race. We're gonna race the ducks. We're gonna have 3 winners of 10 USDT each today. And then we're gonna do probably about. So I'm gonna get those announced though. I'm gonna toss them up on X, toss them up on Discord. You guys will have the references for what times. Wednesday is gonna be a little bit different because it's gonna be a little bit earlier. So it's gonna be 10 a.m. EST, 3 p.m. U. So you guys are gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit earlier than good. So make sure that you guys are jumping in when you can, so that you guys can see and get a good eyes on and hands on experience with the turn team, so that you can community chat, which is going to be focused on. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys taking the time to hang out with me. I appreciate you guys sharing with me as we've gone through this. Geok, you're here at like the last second, bro. Bro. But yeah, so I'm gonna end the live stream. We're gonna do the duck races, then we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you everybody for joining me on the live. Thank you for hanging out, Bolt Edge and anybody else who's been hanging out. Doug, Icy, I got OGTV there, and NLG, No Limit Games from South America. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I appreciate everybody for taking the time to come